apparently are being cautioned to go after some trade topics. Let's throw a name at you with the Jaguars. The suggestion is that David Njoku gets traded for a draft pick, a second-round draft pick, and the Browns would also receive Yannick. You help me on this one. Yannick Ngakoue. How'd I do? Not very well.
I think it's Ngakoue is how you pronounce that.
Okay, so is that, number one, is it a trade possibility? Is it something that's going on right now? Or is it just a name to float out there and see what happens?
I think they're just kind of floating that out there right now to see what happens. But I will say this about Andrew Berry. He will explore any available really good veteran that's out there. That's why you see him going after a Jadeveon Clowney. That's why you saw him looking into the Trent Williams and the Anthony Harrises of the NFL. So if there is somebody that is available, then he will at least kick the tires on it. Now, the last I checked on Yannick, a couple, probably a month and a half ago or so, I didn't seem to gauge that there was too much interest on the part of the Browns at that time. So I think this is just a speculative thing on the part of ESPN right now.
You think in Andrew Berry's case, as a first-year, very young GM, do you think he has to go out and make a splash, or has he made a splash enough with what he's got? Or is he tempted to make another move or two that maybe a veteran GM wouldn't do?
I don't think he wants to make a splash for the sake of making a splash. I think he's a very aggressive acquirer of talent. I think he is attacking this thing, and I think he's done a great job so far. And he has told us that he will aggressively pursue every single avenue to upgrade this roster. I don't think he's just trying to make splashy moves to win friends and influence people. I think he knows the name of the game. That is to win. I think he wants to bring a winner to Cleveland, and that's what he's up to.
All right, so if Njoku is traded, why trade him is the question. And Field Yates of ESPN says, while new coach Kevin Stefanski hopes to rely on the two tight end system, and the team made Austin Hooper the highest paid tight end ever, and drafted Harrison Bryant, this would be dealing from an area of strength to bolster the important position of tight end, and that needs to have some talent added to it. As far as the other potential trade, you got the 25-year-old, 4 seasons in the NFL, 41 tackles and 8 sacks in 2019, a career high of 12 sacks in 2017 when he made the Pro Bowl. He was franchise tagged, yet to sign a tender worth $17.78 million. Why would he? This looks like a guy with a pretty good resume. Why would he be on their trade list?
I think it's one of those situations where the player and the team need a change of scenery from each other. It's just one of those situations where I think he wants to be traded, and I think he wants a new situation, or there's some disconnect between the player and the team, as sometimes happens. And, the Browns have taken advantage of some of those situations in the past, like Jarvis Landry, for instance. He didn't get along at all with Adam Gase in Miami, and he came here and he's had a very nice career here. So it could be one of those situations where the grass might be a little greener for someone else. And, it's worth looking into. Again, I don't think this is something that's actively taking place right now, but, it's something worth pondering. It's something worth kind of thinking about. I don't think David Njoku is just completely expendable. I think they do want to play 2 tight ends here a lot, and sometimes even 3 tight ends. And I think the Browns think pretty highly of him. So I don't think that, it's a situation where they're looking to move him per se.
Let's go to the